Morning, everyone. It is November 7th. Wow, that's hard to say because it's just so unbelievable how fast time is really speeding up. I know a lot of you have been telling me, and I feel it too. Just time is just getting out of control. It just keeps moving so fast. So many changes are happening. So that is what inspired me actually to bring back the crystal ball. I do use the crystal ball on personal readings, Zooms, and phone calls whenever I meet with you guys. Sometimes I feel inclined, especially when I am connecting with the other side, with your past loved ones that I passed on over. So a lot of times I'll break out the crystal ball, but for shows, I don't always. It takes a lot of concentration. And also the live chat, I have it turned off. I know you guys are here. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Just understand that when it comes to especially a crystal ball reading, you have to have very good concentration. And so I will have that turned off, but thank you all for being here. And everyone who's going to watch this later, thank you guys so much. I'm so excited. I will be pulling cards as well at the end. But what I really wanted to look into today is the global messages. So around the world, anything that wants to come through about any country. So not just the USA, but any country that wants to come through. And I'm sure you guys noticed the background. Yes, it's very galactic and heavenly as well. I found it and I just love it. So I'm like, why not? Why not use it, have some fun today, change it up a little bit. So, and we're going to use that with our background today with our crystal ball reading. So I'm going to go into a meditation, a very deep concentration, and I'm going to show you guys kind of exactly, if you've never seen a crystal ball reading, welcome, but it's very much like a meditation. And so a lot of crystal ball readers actually look into it and then they can see the words or the visions in their mind. I like to close my eyes and I really engage in more of a meditative state. And so that's when I get my messages. Even when I'm connecting with the other side, that's when I start remote viewing. For so many of you, I've gone into homes of your loved ones that have passed away, and I've described exactly what I was looking at, and you confirmed, yes, that was my mom's house or my dad's house. And so, yes, remote viewing is coming through a lot stronger these days. I'm in that meditative state. So it's not really with the cards. It's just holding the crystal, closing my eyes. And it's magical. It really is. But we all have that ability. It's all within us. It's the Christ consciousness once you access that. I've only always gotten beautiful, loving messages from the other side. So if you're new here, no, it's nothing dark. It's nothing witchy or anything. It's always love and it's always guidance and it's always uplifting. So it's beautiful. But hey, we're going to get into it. I'm very excited. Before I start, though, I do want to share my page. So arcanashores.net is my website. I have changed the look of it, because that's just what I do. I love to change the looks of things, including myself. So my new website looks like this. It's purple and black, but it is the medium and counselor for the light, Kristen Leigh. All of my readings are here, my cards as well. But what I'm highlighting my readings for today is about the holiday specials I'm offering. So I'm offering, yes, crystal ball readings, but also 30-minute readings, which I never offered before, but 30-minute tarot or crystal ball, whatever your preference is. And also the original 60-minute 1-hour Zoom or phone call with the tarot. But let me share screen with my holiday specials, because that's the main point of why I wanted to hold it up for you. Sorry. Sometimes I get lost here with the sharing screen. StreamYard is my software, and it makes it a little funny sometimes. But anyway, holiday specials. So the 30-minute is new. I've never really offered that, but it is available. And if you go to my website, my email's there. And if you go there, I'll give you the link to get a discount, a bigger discount. Because my one-on-ones for 30 minutes, let's say 60 with that special link. Without it, it's 70. And then also my one-on-one hour reading is 117 right now. It used to be 144. So you want to get this while it's hot. And yes, I'll be running this through the holidays. gift certificates as well. I love doing those. So you can buy one and get one 50% off. It's really exciting. I'm just really excited for the holiday season, and I always am. But I'll tell you, and maybe this will help some of you believe it more too, but I can intuitively feel that this Christmas, I thought it was last Christmas, but it wasn't. But I think that this Christmas is the one that Trump was referring to when he said it will be a Christmas to remember, like we've never had it before. Something along those lines. I really feel that it's this year. I do. It has to be. We've been waiting for so long for all these blessings and changes and reforming to happen. So it just feels right. It feels like it would be for this year, but we shall see. But I'm just sharing that with you, that I intuitively very much feel that that is so. Hey, let's get into it. I'm going to start my meditation and start getting the information from our spirit guides, my spirit guides. Archangel Michael's already been called in for our protection. What messages would my spirit guides like me to share with the collective that is watching now and watching later? What would you like me to share with them about the month of November? Messages about the world. What do we need to know about the whole world? Other countries, the US, what do we need to know? They're throwing some words at me. So I see the word event. I also see that there's a scary event similar to the last event. Don't panic. You will recognize the similarities. Now, hold on a second. The last event that we had, major event, was the Charlie Kirk situation. So I am feeling that they're trying to tell me that another event is coming, and it's going to be very similar to the way the whole Charlie Kirk thing went down. How things didn't add up, things didn't look right, things just, things aren't looking right, with the whole everything about it. So that's the energy I'm picking up, is that there's going to be another event that's very similar, but because it's very similar, people are going to connect the dots, and that's going to cause for a greater awakening. So more people will wake up, and then they'll finally put together all the dots that, hey, that was fake too. Some of, like, this didn't happen, so this is happening. It's like, so what they're trying to show, like what I'm picking up from the energy from Spirit's trying to show me that the difference in realities. They're trying to expose, it's part of the exposure about timelines and realities. There's a great exposure about the timeline of your current reality. The current reality that you now preside in is not the actual reality. What is seen isn't actually the right reality. What we see is not the truth. What we see is an illusion, because we are actually in an alternate reality. Simulation. Simulation is real. Spirit world has told me more than once that this is a simulation. More people will be awakening. This is to heighten consciousness, to bring people to a higher level of consciousness. Tell our people not to fear, not to drop lower in their energies and frequencies. Evil breeds in lower vibrations. A threatening event around education. They're showing the word children as well. Don't panic. It will all be under control. So something's going to happen with the education system or school or something, but it's going to be under control, but it's going to scare and it's going to cause the reforming of the whole school system. Other countries involved. Child trafficking. Child trafficking within the schools, within those of the administration of the schools. Different states, different countries tied in. Districts. Evil to be exposed this November. Extinguished. That's also very relevant as to why I believe that the Democrats for LA and New York, what just happened the other day with their election, I do believe, and I said this the other show yesterday or the day before, but that they're doing that. It's all part of the play for them to expose them, get them to the front of the lines, and then to expose them and get rid of them. So that's another thing. And they're all tied into the trafficking as well. And that's why I'm bringing it up, the Democrats. This has a lot to do with the Democrats. Even the school tie-in. There's something with the school and the Democrats and something with New York. Something with colleges as well. Now they're throwing the word travel out. Okay, travel. What is the information with travel? Caution when traveling. Don't travel unless you absolutely have to. Stay with your families and stay safe at home. Don't live in fear. Evil breeds in fear. But live safe and with caution. So be careful of your surroundings. Basically, don't travel if you don't really have to. If you're just doing it for fun, you might want to just make sure you rethink that and just be very cautious, you know. I do get the energy that there could be, not manifesting it, but there could be some plane crashes. There could be some just ridiculous things that occur that shouldn't occur, but they do out of stupidity or things that are planned out. Absolutely. But it's going to seem so ridiculous and unbelievable. But I do think that it has to do with travel and flying. I do. Interferences, interruptions. They may even close down travel during that time. If something does occur that's really chaotic and scary, I bet they'll just shut down. I kind of feel that vibe, like they'll close down the airlines, or at least some of them. Any other messages about other countries, any information that would like to come through from Spirit? Canada will cause a major uproar. So something's going to happen with Canada, some sort of event. It could be a terrorism event. That's the vibe I'm picking up. It's an uproar. It's the citizens very upset and scared. Something about Russia. And then also they're showing me the UK. So we'll keep our eye on Russia, the UK, and Canada. There's some things that are going to occur that their citizens will, they're going to be shocked about or act out, it looks like chaos. The people will be upset, is what I'm getting. There could be something in November that happens in those countries that causes an uproar. All right, now they're showing me something else. The Indian Ocean. I'm not too familiar with the map around the Indian Ocean, but they're showing me that those two words, Indian Ocean, so something may be happening out there or a nearby, territory, land over there, something with the Indian Ocean. Something's over there. Whatever land is closest to the Indian Ocean could be affected. I just don't know who it is on the map, but that's what they're throwing it out there, Indian Ocean. Okay. There's now the Caribbean. Okay. I think maybe this is weather for the Caribbean. I think something is stirring up, starting, or being created. It's very interesting. But that's what I'm getting. I'm really not getting any other messages. I'm going to pull cards now, and we're going to get a message for Friday. So November 7th. But that's all I'm getting for the crystal ball. But Indian Ocean is very intriguing. I'm going to look into that after this and see what else I pick up. That's very interesting. But anyways, let's take a look, because I don't want to be running out of time here. But let's take a look at the message that we all need to hear today for November 7th, 2025. What is the message we all need to hear today? Here we go. Ooh, I love this. This energy is the Emperor. So the Emperor, this is the leader. So this is usually my trump card as well. So the leader, let's see what else happens. Queen of Pentacles. We also have the King of Wands, Seven of Cups, Three of Wands, and the High Priestess. So I know it's hard for you guys to see them up close, but I will hold them up and talk about it. But so going back to the Emperor with the Queen of Pentacles and then the King of Wands. So there's a great behind the scenes type of action here, I think, that our President Trump is taking when it comes to our financial stability. That's that Queen of Pentacles. With the King of Wands energy, fire, when fire comes in with financial stability plus the Emperor, that means that it is on its way, that it's coming towards us, that we can expect financial stability. Spirit world wants us, and it's probably because we're all anxious about it and worried about it, and like we're always thinking and like, when is it going to happen? So Spirit is really trying to let us know that this is still coming. We just don't have an exact date or a time, but it is still coming. So financial stability, living comfortable, being comfortable. Now here's the Seven of Cups, the Three of Wands, and then the High Priestess. This is more of a spiritual message about your own inner world. So please pay attention. You got the Three of Wands in there. Pay attention to what direction you're currently going in your immediate life right now. What direction are you taking yourself? What's your future goal? Where are you headed? Where is it that you want to be, let's say, in a year from now? Spirit really wants you to think about what you're imagining for yourself. Don't think about, oh, well, when I get the Nasara Jasara, then I'll do this and that and the other. Disregard that. Spirit wants you to not think about money, about this message right here. They already told you that we're going to be stable with money. So don't think about that. But think about the inner world, your inner emotions, Where are you headed in life? Is it to start a family? Is it to move? Is there some, like, what is your next move? What is your strategy? Don't think about, well, when this comes, then I'll do this. No, what can you change right now? What can you do right now? What direction can you go in right now? What change can you do? You've got the Seven of Cups there as well, and that's very much in your head, not really knowing what to do. You got a lot of choices, you got a lot of things you're good at, but you're not really sure what to do. And you know why they gave us that High Priestess? Because it looks to me like a lot of us are like trying to find our way. We're trying to figure out our next move. We're trying to figure out that next step. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? What's my next game plan? To make more meaning in my life. To change maybe my career so that I have more meaning in my life and more reward to help people or to help animals, whatever your calling is. But that High Priestess is very important. Because if we don't have this, and this is inner peace, if we don't have inner peace, if we're not able to take a step back and reflect on how far we've come, things that we still need to work on, we need to admit to ourselves things we need to work on, things we need to let go of. So this is a lot about your inner world. And once you find that peace, once you have solutions to the things you need to work on, things you need to let go, and you have a strategy and you've decided, we all can make a choice. So once we've decided, okay, enough with this past, and I'm not going to let this past affect my next move. You might need to write all this down for yourself, your strategy. Write a column on a paper, what I need to let go. Write another column next to that, what I need to work on to feel my best, to feel the best version, strongest version of myself. What do I need to work on? Is it insecurities? Is it something with your identity? Are you holding on to the past and using that as your identity? Something happened to you and you're always using that as like an excuse. We've all done it. So make columns. What do I need to let go of? What do I need to work on? What is my dream? I like to ask this one. What is my dream version of myself? What does she look like? What does she do? How does she hold her confidence? Is she, you just describe yourself in the highest frequency version of yourself. And it can be the biggest dream, the most, the biggest thing even imaginable. Don't ever be afraid to write down exactly what you want. Be very specific. And what you're doing by the end of this, by the end of writing this paper out for yourself, you're manifesting it. You're communicating that with the universe. So yes, you're writing it down, but you're saying it in your mind. What you're saying in your mind is manifesting. It lives in your subconscious. It's connected to your higher self. It's connected to your angels, and it's manifesting. And then I recommend to speak it out loud. So all three things: writing it, saying it within. It's going to be downloaded in that subconscious mind. And what's in your subconscious mind becomes your reality. And your angels know all the time. Your spirit guides, your angels, they know what's in your subconscious mind. And they try to guide us. They try to take us a detour when we start to beat ourselves up. So whoever needed to hear that, and I'm hoping that helps quite a few of you. But that's my favorite formula. I draw 3 columns on a paper. And one is what to let go of. What do I need to work on to be the highest, best version of myself? And then the third column, write very specifically what she or he looks like. What is the best version of yourself? So what does that look like to you? And I'm telling you, if you do this, and you do this at least once a week, because it's fun. Once you start, you're going to have fun with it. It's going to manifest, and you're going to see your life change, and it's going to happen. And it's going to happen rather quickly. And yes, you can do it with abundance as well. You know, if you describe your highest, best version of yourself, you could say that she's very abundant. She has all the abundance she needs, and now she wants to help everyone else that she loves. You know, that is one of mine. But yes, you can write whatever you want, but it's very powerful. So I'm going to be sharing little things that I do with all of you in my videos. So stay tuned. That'll be the morning shows mostly, for sure. But hey, thank you all for being here. I wish you guys the best weekend. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week. You take care. Bye.